Oh, yeah, NBA Straya, how are you going? How you going? How you going? Are you right? I hope so. Why is that, Jim? Well, it's Tuesday. Who doesn't love a good Tuesday? Tuesday, December 3 to be exact. All day. This is NBA Straya, and I am, of course, your host, James Clements. You can see me, on the panel, the official NBL Supercoach show. You can also see me on, I want to say, NFL Straya and the AFL Today show every so often. All the good stuff. I'm here in the special studio, the James Clements Memorial Excellence in Podcasting Studio, aka the Sports Today studio, for a quick one. Just a quick Tuesday show. We love these quick Tuesday shows. It's great. Let's just jump in, yell about the games, piss off again. That's it. So it's Blowout Tuesday. All the games today sucked. They were blowouts, but there's plenty to talk about in each of them, and we're only going to talk about a little bit, but I've got a couple of other things I want to hit on, right? We've got an NBA Cup explainer because tomorrow is the last group stage games. And I want to hit on the MVP battle because you know what I didn't do yesterday? Talk about the MVP battle. Because I had it written down and I just didn't do it. I just completely skipped over it. I already did like an hour and 10 minutes for you yesterday anyway. So just everybody pump your brakes. Oh, geez, Jim, what happened? It's like, just come on, man. I had a lot going on. Anyway, so it's going to be a fun one. Should be a quick one because I've got to piss off and go see, we've got to tape NFL Australia, then I've got to piss off and go see Frank Turner down the SB. That'll be fun. All right, so without further ado, let's get into it. Episode 1167 of NBA Straya. Let's go.
This is Josh Giddey.
G'day, this is Andrew Gaze.
This is Jack White.
This is Joe Ingles.
This is Dyson Daniels.
This is Chris Anstey.
This is Matthew Delvedova.
This is Shane Hill.
Hi, this is Ryan Brockhoff.
This is Mitch Creek.
This is Mick Kay.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening and watching NBA Straya.
This is NBA Australia. Let's do it.
Watch out for the Shaq Attack.
You better. You better watch out for the attack of the, oh God, are all these games going to be blowouts Tuesday? Because that's what happened today. And to be honest, it happens every so often. You just get a bit of a dud day. But you also get some gems in there. To the point where I was texting with stats, texting. That was weird. What am I, 400 years old? I was just texting your auntie. Sound like my bloody mum. That's awesome. I was messaging Stats Boy going, Jesus, what is going on with this Celtics team? You're just kicking the crap out of the Heat. And I did the picks. I did the walk and talk this morning. Grabbed a coffee and had dropped off the squids. And I'm like trying to remember, I do it off the top of my head in a surprise twist. Geez, Jim, do you not prepare much? That's correct. Yeah, it's a surprise twist for everybody. But I'm walking along, trying not to burn myself with my bloody coffee. And I'm like, I feel like we could just go like the favorites at all of these. But I think I ended up going the Heat yesterday. So we go 3 or 4 on the picks. But wow, the way we got there was pretty interesting. So we'll get into that. You got to watch out for the Charles Barkley attack as well. I enjoy this quote. It pops up every so often. It's like, Chuck is like, man, everybody says me and Shaq hate each other. That's not true. I hate him. He loves me. I love it. It's one of the great quotes. Just a great quote card as well that you pop up every so often on the internet and away you go. Anyway, let's start today's show with the way we start every show here at NBA Show with a daily whoosh. It's a whip around. That's right. Josh Giddey had a triple-double today. That was pretty good. We'll get to that in a second. But Ben Simmons sticking with the Aussies. Oh, yeah, I've just been dealing with my knee injury for like a year and a half, man. So I know what's going on. It's like, do you? Oh, yeah, it's just a precaution. Okay. Do you want to take more than 2 shots in a game, Ben? Like, what's going on, man? He's like, nah, I couldn't do it. I do have a great meme that I'm going to like drop on the world when he's healthy again. And I'm so excited. Like, I'm just so excited. Like, it's a bit mean, but I think it's very funny. Like, just bear with me. So, I just want him back healthy so I can drop that ASAMP. But anyway, so the thing is, he's like, yeah, I've been dealing with this knee issue for like a year and a half. You're like, what? Really? Okay, sure. So, yeah, it's the one that sort of like, didn't like led to the back thing. You're like, oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Anyway, sticking with some injury news, Draymond Green is out for tomorrow's game, likely against the Denver Nuggets. He is doubtful, which is interesting. And Joel Embiid, he's like, hey, Joel Embiid, I dare you to play 2 games just anytime. He's like, nah, can't do it, bro. He's out against Charlotte tomorrow. Yep, as we expected, ducking Nick Richards. I don't want no piece of him. Also, Jimmy Butler didn't play today in the Heat. And I think I did say this on yesterday's show. I can't remember if I did. If he was going to play against the Celtics, I love that plus 10.5 or whatever for Miami. And if he wasn't, then you're probably steering clear of it. And yeah, I didn't take my own advice because I'm an idiot. But anyway. And then finally, we love these ones here. The players of the week. This week, it was the worst player of the week was Alpi Şengün. Yes, I call him Alpi because that's what the Rockets, hey, BT Dubs, the Rockets. So I did the rankings on Friday, right, about the most fun teams. They actually have like a pretty decent commentary crew now. They used to be horrible. I don't know. Like they got Ryan Hollins and stuff now, but like they're good. Like they don't suck. It's all, and they call him Alpi. And I'm like, to be honest, I don't hate it. So we're just going to go with Alpi. Not bad. The Turkish delight, we should actually call him. That's just saying. Just saying. I'm just saying. Come on. And then, so he averaged just a lazy 21, 12, and 9 for the week. So if you're going to average a triple-double, sure, you get West Player of the Week. And Jalen Brunson won it for the East. He averaged a lazy 27 and 10. So, yeah, it's pretty good. Right. Let's wrap some games from today, shall we? Game wraps. Very quickly, the New Orleans Pelicans fell short up against the Atlanta Hawks. 124-112. This was actually pretty close early. Then a big third quarter run from the Hawks got them there. Then it turned into Lob City late, which was awesome. And this is the kind of thing about the Hawks that I feel like this is what they should be gunning for. This is how Jalen Johnson turns into a super duper star. And you know me, I love Jalen Johnson. But Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson, like they're just going, hang on a second. The Pelicans have given up. Hey, Trey, just throw it up near the basket and I'm going to do a sick dunk. And that's what they just did down the last 2 minutes and just scored every time. Lob City. We're turning Chocolate City into Lob City. Let's go, Atlanta. I love it. Kaka. Anyway, so this is a shit pumping. DeJounte Murray, not exactly a revenge game because he shot 2 of 15. Yeah, it's fucked. He had 5 steals, though. That was pretty cool. CJ McCollum at least woke up. He had 29 points. And I'll tell you what, Yves Missy, I'm going to call him Missy, but it's Missy, whatever. 23 and 12. He's good. I mean, he's playing against the Hawks, who's like centers. Oh, but Jim, Clint Capella and Yekra Okongwu. It's like, yeah, have you watched them play defense? It's not great. Yves Missy, a rookie, tore him up, 23 and 12. And he had 14 for Trey Murphy. But the Hawks, Double J. It's for the older folks out there. Do you like Regurgitator? Do you like Grinspoon? Then Double J is for you. Here's Missy Higgins. And you're like, oh, great. 19, 8, and 5. What was that? 19, 8, and 5 for Double J. Look, it's Lindsay McDougall. We love Frenzel. Jeez, Jim, are you just listing off all the bands that you listen to? Yes. I am Double J's fucking demo. What are you talking about? I might be even older. Yeah, no, I'm about right. Trae Young, 12 points, 15 assists. Still fucking weird season for Trae. Dyson Daniels had 19 points and 4 steals. He was a weapon. Shot 8 of 16 from the floor. And yet DeAndre Hunter, he had 22. He's been awesome off the bench for the Hawks BT Dubs. They've got Bogey and Hunter back. And don't look now, but the Hawks are just like being vaguely consistent for the first time in checks notes fucking forever. So that's pretty cool. They're now 11-11. The Pelicans are a disastrous 4-18. Outback Takehouse, we did this yesterday. Tank, motherfuckers. What are you doing? Tank. Don't bring back Zion. Tank. Or better yet, trade Spindles, trade Zion, tank this 1 year, and away you go. You've already traded for DeJounte. Just fucking anyway. Hey, Miami also got shit pumped by Boston, 108-89. No Jimmy Butler. You're like, yeah, it's going to happen. The most fun part of this game, the fact that Boston is not going to beat the Allegations. What do you mean, Jim? Well, they are a white shooting guard away from rolling out the Quincy 5, the Southie 5. the starting Southie five. What do you mean by that, Jim? I mean, they're all white. Seriously, we've got fucking Peyton Pritchard, whiter than the purest driven snow. Baylor Shireman, who looks like, and I've already made this joke the other day. It looks like they brought in Drew Peterson, like he was like serving beers in the arena, and they're like, Drew, do you want to come and play for the Boston Celtics? And he's like, oh, sure, kid, sure, why not, eh? And they've just got him on the fucking floor. They all look like that. Pritchard, Baylor Shireman, Drew Peterson, and Luke Cornett. I'm like, this is fucking every Boston Celtics fan's dream. Oh, I love it. They're like, dude, Larry Bird was the best. Why is that? No reason. They are 10-0 with Luke Cornett in the starting lineup, BT dubs over the last couple of years. That's fucking absurd. Anyway, they kicked the shit out of the Heat, whatever. As I said to Stats Boy, they should trade for Tyler, there goes my hero, and just have the all-white lineup and just blow every Celtics fucking fan's mind. 19-5-4 for Hero. Jaime Jaquez 19-10 with 3 steals as well. Bam started shooting threes at the end. He's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm shooting threes. 15-8-5 for he hit one of them, but anyway. And Terry Rozier, exactly, not coming home as the all-conquering champion. He shot 2 of 6 and had 4 points. Yeah. The Celtics, Jaylen Brown, he came back from his non-COVID illness and kicked the fuck out of him. 29 points. 19-8 for Derek White. Tatum 18. Peyton Pritchard, though. We've got a that Stats Boy sent me. He's awesome. 25-5-4, 5 of 12 from 3. That's fucking insane. He's incredible. Sure. Like, fucking why not? Miami now 9-10. I'm just saying, they're not good. And there's 2 things that I'm just fucking hoisting my petard to. You're a bit of a petard, I'll tell you. But hoisting it up there, Miami 9-10. Golden State Warriors falling apart a little bit. I said in the preseason, I just don't fucking like them that much. I don't think they're that good. Prove me right, boys. Prove me right. Boston is 17-4. Brooklyn got shit pumped by the Chicago Bulls, 128-102. They got straight killed. Thing is, this was close for a bit, and then it wasn't. No Cam Johnson, no Dorian Finney-Smith, no Benny Simmons, no Cam Thomas. Yeah, you're fucked. They literally started, their starting 5. Here you go. It was, what was it? Dennis Schroeder, I am German, Rondo, Nick Claxton. And you're like, yes, those 2 are NBA players. Then they started also Jalen Wilson. You're like, oh, fine, in a pinch. Tyrese Martin and Keon Johnson. You're like, oh, yuck. Yeah, it wasn't great. Derek Whitehead led the team with 18 points. You have to Google him. Just go do it. 16-10 for Schroeder. And that was about it. Josh Giddey triple-doubled. Love this. 20, 13, and 11 for the mop-top Mamba, the giddy-up kid. 21 and 10 for Vooch. I would very much like to thank him. I might have gone pretty heavy on the Vooch 33.5 points, rebounds, assists. He was on 30, I believe, and had played 24 minutes, and they were up 20 points going into the fourth quarter. I'm like, oh, he's not going to play again. He came on for 3 more minutes, got 2 points and 2 rebounds, and your mate Jim's a winner. Hooray! Anyway, Levine at 18. Boozellis. I was saying Boozellis. 20 and 5 for him. His best game for the Rook. Love that. Nets and Bulls are both 9 and 13. And they're both not that good, if that makes sense, right? They're both not as good as that record would say. The Bulls are maybe a 9 and 13 team, but they should be trading everybody. This team is going nowhere. The Lakers stink. They got absolutely shit pumped by the Minnesota Timberwolves 109-80. This was a close game, and then it was not. They got absolutely ran over in the third and fourth quarters in pretty hilarious fashion. I don't know if LeBron walked off the court mid-possession this game, but he probably should have, because that's about all he... I do like that he got to his 10 points, though, Producer Gerald. He's got his streak of always hitting 10 points. It's now in the thousands and stuff like that. And you're like, good job, LeBron. That'll show him. Your team still got fucking killed. They were horrible. D'Lo at 20. Like they were down 12 at the half and then came out with absolutely zero fucking spice in the second half and got steamrolled. It was embarrassing. They were on a back-to-back, though, so you get that on the big jobs. 20 for D'Lo, 10, 8, and 4 for LeBron James, 12, 11, and 5 for AD, and exactly 0 else for everybody else. Like, they were all shit outs. Like, Rui had 10. Who fucking cares? Austin Reeves not being on this team shouldn't mean this much, right? Like, Gabe Vincent He had 5 points. There was an amazing stat where he had 10 points last game. It's his first time in double digits as a Laker. It's like Mikal Bridges finally got to 30 points in his first game as a Knick, and it took until December. And you're like, that's slightly worrisome, but they've also got other good players. Gabe Vincent got paid by Rob Pelinka 3 years, $33 million, just come in, fucking shoot threes, just do that thing of being like 3-and-D guy, and he's like, nah, I've got a bunch of money now. Fuck all y'all. I'll pay it. I'll pay it. Way to go, Gabe Vincent. But yeah, that team is shit. The Lakers stink. They flat out stink. They're 12-9. They're horrible. For the Wolves, like they kicked the fuck out of him despite Ant-Man having basically his worst game as a pro. He went 3 of 13, 1 of 5 from downtown. He was horrible. Horrible. He couldn't hit a shot at it. It was ridiculous. And this is like speaks to a slightly larger concern I've had about Ant-Man's game all season about like, hey, it's good that you're hitting lots of threes, but can you hit any other shots? And he's like, nah, just can't do it, Jim. I'm like, all right, at least you're honest. Sure. But anyway, Julius, he had 18, 5 and 3. Rudiger Bears, the Stafford Tower, had 17 and 12, 15 and 2 with 2 as well for Naz Reid. Nicky Alexander-Walker, 15. They fucking killed the Lakers. The Lakers shot 6 of 31 from downtown. I'm no math magician, but that's less than 20%. Fucking hell. And 40% from the floor. Whereas the Wolves went 50% from the floor and over 43% from downtown. Despite the 15 turnovers and the fact that Ant-Man couldn't hit a shot. That's insane. Great job, Wolves. They needed that too. They're 10 and 10. They were just circling the drain. Everything's looking shit house. They needed a Lakers team on a back-to-back that they could kick the fuck out of, and they did. So there you go. Powering through the rest of this one, and this is what we do on the Tuesday shows. The NBA Straya pre-performance tonight is just going to be Peyton Pritchard. He had the, 25, 5 and 4, shot 10 of 17, 5 of 12 from downtown. He was amazing. Spud of the night, as I mentioned, DeJounte Murray. The 2 of 15 shooting was horrible. And I would very much still like to thank our man CJ McCollum, because what did he do from downtown? What do you reckon he shot? Still got time for this one. Woo! There it is. He shot 311. Thank you, CJ. Old mate, no mates. Nikola Jokic yesterday. I didn't see this one yesterday. Got pointed out today. There was someone in the Clippers arena at Intuit wearing a horse head and holding up a sign saying, "Dad, I miss you." That's fucking funny. He's just had a kid and he's abandoned his family to go play basketball. And like the Clippers' entire thing is like, we're going to make it like a really bad environment for the opposition. You're like, cool. That's fucking toxic. I love it. That's just off your rocker kind of shit. And kind of here for it. There's fucking no mates in fucking sports. That's great. You should be ragging on Nikola Jokic, the MVP, like fucking 3-time MVP, legend of the game already, has owned the Clippers fucking for ages, and you're trying to build up this awesome camaraderie of these Clippers fans in this new fucking place, and it kind of worked. Reminding an MVP, hey, you've got a son at home that you're not seeing. That's pretty fucking brutal, and I kind of love it, so I'm just saying. Pantsing the night, Eves Missy fucking yammed on Jalen Johnson. He is good, just saying. And better than Lonzo Ball. We'll just go back to Peyton Pritchard. How is he so good? No one knows, but also Drew Peterson. He took another bit of a pantsing, so he was on the Heat for a bit. He stuck his tongue out. It was like something the fucking baby squid would do, squid number 2. It's like, like he fucking nailed a 3 in front of the Heat bench and then was running back on defense. Or just gave him a sneaky tongue poke. Gotcha. You're like, that's fucking funny. Drew Peterson, better than Bronny James and Lonzo Ball. All right, let's do some quick yeah-nahs right after this very brief break and these guys.
This is Cam Glidden.
This is Anthony Drimmick.
This is Mitch McCarron.
This is Jason Kadee.
This is Daryl McDonald.
Hey guys, this is Hugh Greenwood.
Yo, what's going on? This is Illy.
This is Mark Worthington, or commonly known as Wortho, and you're listening to NBA Straya.
You listen to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA
And you're listening to
Straya.
NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
All right, let's do some yeah-nahs. Now, I promised the MVP chatter. It's a great one. Nikola Jokic so far this season's averaging a 30, 13, and 11. 30, 13, and 11. A true shooting percentage around 66.5%. Well, that's fucking absurd. Apart from the fact that Giannis is averaging a 33, 12, and 7 on 62.7% in true shooting percentage. Now, if these were both Americans, would this be one of the single greatest MVP battles of all time? Yeah, nah, what the fuck do you think? Yes, unbelievable. 30, 13, and 11 versus 33, 12, and 7. The problem is they have far too many fucking vowels in their names. And like every American's like, I don't understand these like Europeans. It's like, get the fuck out of here. This is an awesome battle. Giannis versus the Joker. Two fucking like multiple MVPs before them. They are having a battle for the ages right now. And because they've got weird fucking names, no one in America understands what to do with it. It's fucked and amazing. Like, this is awesome. And this should be talking about fucking hoisting petards. Fucking, here's a petard. NBA Straya right now is going to hoist a petard saying, this is an all-time fucking MVP battle right now. We're a quarter of the way through this season. Jokic, Giannis, a battle for the ages. Just fucking saying, this is awesome. The other problem is, those two dudes are so fucking important to their teams that it's ridiculous. And anytime they kind of miss time, their teams have just fucked. The other thing is both their teams are kind of a bit shit, right? Because they have both won titles in the last 5 years and they're both on the downswing of like, hey, remember when we had a good team, we won the title? And everyone's like, yep. And it's like, is that the same right now? It's like, nope. And you're like, oh, yeah, we're fucked it. So we have an amazing MVP battle. It's not getting as much pub because, I don't know, they're not the fucking Lakers and the Celtics. Like, it's fucking stupid. The problem is Denver and Milwaukee. Two sort of, I don't know, kind of ignored-ish markets. I don't want to say small. Denver is a very big market. Don't get me wrong. Hey, let's put our altitude on our jerseys, fucking nerds. But anyway, Milwaukee, same sort of thing. They're always like, oh, we're a big boy. It's like, nah, you're not. Just fuck off. Lean into your small marketness. That's fine. It's all good. You won a title. Settle down. But Giannis versus Jokic should be fucking leading everything in the moment, and it's not, and it fucking pisses me off. Just saying. Anyway, outside of this, another yeah, nah. Some dork wants to change threes to 2.5 points. Jim, do you hate dorks? Yeah, nah, fucking what do you reckon? Ring-a-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding. Oh, duh! Fucking yes, of course I hate dorks. I love nerds. Hate dorks. There is a very fucking specific difference as well, right? Nah, it's all right. I love all these. The thing is, I think part of this dork's fucking approach is like, oh, we're going to expand the court, make it wider, but threes are now 2.5. You're like, all right, fucking, yes, yeah, we'll make it 2.5, you fucking idiot. Oh, he just hit a great 2.5 pointer. You're like, oh, I just want to punch someone in the face. It's like, oh, the Boston Celtics today won at 82.5 to 72.5. And you're like, I've just fucking thrown myself off the nearest building. Right? It's just fucked. But as part of that, I like the idea of widening the court. Because it's been like I hate that the dimensions are the exact same. It's like we're fucking throwing the ball into a peach basket versus now where we can fucking hit a three from the logo as quickly as we fucking breathe. But like those corner threes are still easier than a fucking long three. It's like, it's not the same distance. What are we fucking doing here? Like, that's just dumb. Expand the width. I'm happy with that. And make sure that the three is equidistant to the basket. Did you like that word? Equidistant. I just came up with that out of my brain. That was pretty good. Geez, Jimmy, you smart. Yeah, I'm some sort of brain genius. Don't you listen to me. And Stats Boy, as he asked the other day, I want to say the other day, I mean this morning. Hey, Jim, Pritchard for MIP, yes. Oh, sorry. Pritchard for Six Man of the Year, yes. But what about most improved? Yeah, nah. Fuck. Stats Boy might be onto something here. He's just had a run of 4 games of 20-plus points off the bench. No Celtic has done that since the king in the fourth. Isaiah Thomas, anybody? Yeah, they remember. The little guy. Fuck, I miss Tommy Heinsohn. You get a Tommy point. It's like going from Tommy Heinsohn to Brian Scalabrine. It's a bit of a downswing, you know what I'm saying? Anyway. Pritchard for most improved player. If Dyson Daniels didn't exist, maybe. But Dyson Daniels went from a 7-minute-a-game player to basically the defensive player of the year and most improved player. So Pritchard, who has been pretty fucking good in the past when given a chance, 6th man of the year at the moment, yes, absolute fucking belting front runner. Most improved, he's second for me at the moment behind Dyson Daniels. That's a good one, Stats Boy. Unpopular opinion of the day, ESPN released their 25 under 25, and you're like, okay, that's fine. Wemby, Ant-Man, Balabangado, Franz Wagner, Chet Holmgren, Halliburton, Maxey. I've got some thoughts on Halliburton. You might have heard them. They involve Caitlin Clark. Tyrese Maxey, Mobley, J-Dub, and Alpi Şengün. And they've had to come out and go, oh, there's a reason why Zion Williamson's not in the top 10. And you're like, yeah, no fucking shit. He doesn't play. Like, you can't be in the top 10 if you don't play basketball. Like, what are we doing here? Like, fucking. So, Dyson Daniels made it to 23, and Josh Giddey misses out, which is fucking bullshit. So, my unpopular opinion of the day is that Josh Giddey should be in the top 25. Rips off a triple-double today. His first as a Chicago Bull. Love that. He should be there above, all right, I'm going to say above Derek Lively and above Amen Thompson and above Bilal Coulibaly, who are all in this top 25. So I don't know if that's the unpopular opinion of the day, but it's my fucking opinion. Blow it out your ass. And then finally, Outback Takehouse. I don't want Zion on my team. If I'm any team, like, it's like, oh, what do you reckon Zion's fucking trade value is? And it's like, 1 first rounder. And you're like, oh, it's not that. He's too good. It's like, fuck that. When does he play? If you had to guess how many games Zion has played in his 5 years in the NBA, what out of a potential 410 games, what do you reckon he's played? Ballpark. I'll give you a second. So there's been 410 games that he could have played. How many has he played? If you said 190, less than half, you'd be correct. If you know, oh, well done. You probably got it right. That's insane. Like, you can't be top 10 under 25 if you don't play the game of basketball that you paid a shit ton of money to actually play. And you're like, oh, but it's okay. I'm in the best shape of my life. And I'm like, yes, round is a shape. I get it. That's fucking fine. A bowling ball is round. It's a shape. It's a sphere. It's amazing. Like, but you're not fucking playing. Like, what? You fucking walk like me. And I'm fucking twice your age, basically. Like, what are we doing here? It's absurd. So, yeah. What's he won? And like, this has been a long-held NBA Straya vibe on this show. If you listen to it for a while, my thing has always been a lot of Zion's stats, they're just like his diet. Empty calories. It's just, what do they help you win? He played 70 games last year and they were the fucking like 7 seed. You're like, great. 49 and 33 in the 1 year that he's played more than 61 games in a season. You're taking the piss. Right, quick break and then we'll do the NBA Cup Explainer and the game previews for tomorrow right after. Do we have any more drops? That's a good question. Maybe this one.
This is Joe Ingles and you're listening to NBA Australia.
All right, let's do it. NBA Cup Explainer. So before we get into tomorrow's games and we do the big preview, where we've got all the final group games of the NBA Cup. And see, obviously my thoughts on this are myriad. But how fucking dumb is this? We're already at the end of the group stages. All anybody has said about the NBA Cup is like, fuck, this is good, man. Yeah, fucking, they're trying, bro. In the regular season. It's like, yeah. Expand it, you idiots. Run it through the All-Star break. Run it through fucking February. Like, get to the end of February so people are actually still fucking trying through February. And then you got March into April as your playoffs. If your biggest fucking thing is like, man, no one tries until the playoffs, the fucking regular season doesn't matter anymore. Here's your fucking very easy and obvious answer. Run it through the end of February. You've got All-Star break in there as well. You get to the end of February, boom, you've got your fucking playoff thingies, you've got your knockouts and shit like that. We get a much bigger sample size rather than they played each other once and there's the winners and a couple of the wild cards. You're like, this is fucked. Play play a couple of times, 3 times. I don't fucking care. Let's make it matter for way longer. It's not rocket surgery. I'm an ideas man, Jim. Anyway, so here's the setup. It's fucked. So strap in for the explainer. In the East, you've got Group A, Group B, Group C. Only one of them, Group C, has been decided. That is Atlanta. They have won the group. They will be a road team in the quarterfinals. In Group A, you've got the Magic versus the Knicks. That is going to be for the group. And in Group B, you've got the same thing in the Bucks versus Pistons. How good is that? That is awesome. The tricky part is, so whoever wins out of Orlando, New York, they get home court for a quarterfinal. If New York wins by 30 or less, Orlando will be the wild card. It's a pretty big ask, so that should be all right. Orlando should probably be the wild card. Milwaukee play Detroit for Group B. The winner wins the group and hosts the quarterfinal. If New York wins, the loser, if New York beats Orlando in the other group, the loser of Milwaukee, Detroit's eliminated. If Orlando wins, it comes down to point differential between the Bucks, Pistons, and the Celtics. Make sense? Sure. It's all a bit weird one as well. Like if Detroit wins by 6 or more, or the Bucks win by 5 or more in regulation, Boston gets the wild card. If it's a less than 5-point game where it goes to overtime, the loser of Detroit-Milwaukee gets the spot, as long as Orlando wins, or if it loses by 30 or less. Sure. So basically, the fucking winner of those 2 games tomorrow gets home court, and like probably the loser of New York, Orlando is the wild card. Probably. So it's all going to flash out. It's going to be interesting. We'll find out what happens. In the West, we've got 2 groups that have been clinched already. Houston clinched Group A and Golden State clinched Group C. And if they win, they both get home court. If they both lose, Rockets still get home court as long as they don't lose by 37 points more than the Warriors do. So probably should be all right with Houston. So with Group A and C decided, that leaves Group B. The Spurs, the Suns, and the Thunder are all still alive in that one. But you've also got the Blazers and the Clippers still alive in Group A for a wild card. And in Group C, the Mavs, the Nugs, and the Grizzlies all alive for the wild card. Yeah, we've still got fucking 11 teams alive in this thing. It's pretty crazy. So you've still got basically the remaining 2 qualifiers out of all of those teams probably come down to essentially, so we've already got obviously the Warriors and the Rockets locked away. The other 2 will probably be, well, one of them will be likely the Mavericks, and then one of the 3 Group B teams, obviously, which is the Spurs, Suns, Thunder. The Thunder play the Jazz. They should beat the Jazz. Should. They better. If they do, they get the group. If the Suns beat the Spurs, which they probably should, but who knows? If the Spurs beat the Suns, they win the group. That's pretty neat. And then it's going to come down to point differential for the wild card spot. If Dallas wins, they should be fine. They've got a .41 point differential show. They should be just fucking locked away, right? So Dallas plays Memphis, however, which is a bit tricky. Memphis are a pain in the ass. So we'll find out what happens. The other one that can get to 3-1 is the Blazers, who play the Clippers. So they play against each other pretty funny. Portland is a negative point differential, though, so they need the Thunder and the Mavs to both lose, and it'd be pretty tough either way. Mavs would probably still get the thing because of the point differential. So it's all a bit fucky. The Mavs probably get the wild card spot, probably. And then you have like the weird circle jerk of Thunder, Spurs, Suns. And we'll see what happens. So what's going to happen tomorrow? Let's do some game previews. Game previews. For the NBA Cup, the final day of group play. We've got Philly at Charlotte in a game that nobody cares about when it comes to the NBA Cup. I'm going to take Charlotte plus 4.5, even without LaMelo. Why is that, Jim? Well, they're at home, and Charlotte don't suck at home. And they also play weird, janky games sometimes. And I feel like Charlotte, even without LaMelo, could come out of fucking nowhere and even just win this game. Like, Philly still have Paul George, Maxey, Jared McCain. They should win this. But it's the Sixers. When you say should, you're fucked already, right? You basically need to say will, and even then you're probably still fucked. They won 4 games all season. Let's pump the brakes on how good this team is. Charlotte, they're also a bit shit, but they play fucking hard. We're going to go the Hornets plus 4.5. Cleveland, they host Washington. They are 15.5-point favorites. And look, Washington have been slightly better at times, but they also still tend to get their heads kicked in. So I'm going to go with Cleveland minus 15.5. We've already seen like Washington. They put up a little bit of a fight here and there. They ended up only losing by 10 against the Bucks the other day, but they also did lose by 25 to the Clippers at home. They lost by 19 to the Bulls the other day. I think Cleveland at home should be all right. Milwaukee, Detroit. Now, this one's for all the Group B marbles. How good is this one? Detroit basketball. They've got Cade Cunningham back. Jaden Ivey's crushing it. Jalen Duren. Can they beat the Bucks? I'm going to say no. Breaks my heart. I love this Pistons team too. 3.5-point underdogs at home. If they'd had like a bit of a runway with Cade back in the lineup like they had earlier in the season when they were fucking firing on all cylinders. The Bucks, however, are playing pretty bloody well. If they've got both Dame and Giannis in this game, they should win it. The 3.5, this is also like point differential matters. So we're going to go with the Bucks minus 3.5 in Detroit. Should be awesome. Can't wait. Dame, Giannis, Cade and Ivy. It's going to be good. Orlando, New York. How good is this one as well for the Group A marbles? I'm going to go the Magic plus 5.5 just because I love them. They're great. I talk at length about how much I like the Magic men. The Knicks are very good. Don't get me wrong. They're very good. Jalen Brunson is awesome, but he's about to go in the Jalen Suggs like torture chamber. And if that happens, we're going to see Mikal Bridges shut down Franz Wagner. Hello. Cat, slow down Mo Wagner. The Knicks might win this. But if I'm getting 5.5 points for the Orlando Magic, who have been absolutely awesome in the last 2 weeks without 3 weeks now at this point, it's been crazy. They've been awesome. You've got Jalen Suggs. You've got Franz. Wendell Carter Jr. came back the other day. You've got Johnny Isaac. Going to go to the Magic plus 5.5. This should be a really, really fun game, though. I love that. Magic versus Knicks. It's like Patrick Ewing versus Shaq in the mid-90s. Fuck yes. Sign me up. Then we've got Indy, Toronto. Tyrese Halliburton. How do you average 12 points less per game on the road than at home? How's that home cooking? Jesus. Oh, I really like my own bed. To the tune of 12 points a fucking game, man? What the hell? We're going to go Toronto plus 1.5. They've been just sneaky okay lately, right? Scoob has been crushing it. RJ Barrett, when he's playing in Canada, is very good. Let's fucking go Toronto. OKC host the Utah Jazz. It's a soft J. 15.5-point favorites. That's a lot. But the Jazz are shit, so we're going to go OKC. Especially considering OKC is like point differential. We're going to kick the fuck out of this team because if the Spurs beat the Suns, we're going to have this awesome point. They're going to fucking kill the Jazz tomorrow. So we're going OKC. Memphis, Dallas. Oh, boy. Ja Morant, Triple J up against Luka, Kyrie. The Mavs are 4.5-point favorites. Do you trust the Mavs? This is a safe space. You can tell me. Do you trust them? Because I fucking don't. I don't trust them as far as I can throw them. And considering they're a group of 15 grown-ass men who are all bigger than I am, I don't think I could throw them very far. So we're going to go with Memphis, plus 4.5. Why is that? Because they fucking play hard every time. Dallas, every so often. Memphis, all the time. Remember that bit where I said all the time? It's all the fucking time. Dallas might pull out a win, but I'm taking the points. Let's go Memphis plus 4.5. San Antonio take on the Phoenix Suns in another elimination-y kind of thing for the group. And again, I'm going to go the underdog because the Spurs just have these weird fucking games where they beat the Warriors last week, where they play up to their opposition because Chris Paul's a fucking maniac. And what are you going to do? Make him angry? He's going to probably stab you in your sleep. Like Wemby is probably shaking his goddamn giant boots and just going, oh, I can't sleep. Chris Paul will eat me. And away we go. So, plus 6.5. Does that mean he's a clown? Yeah. Plus 6.5 for the Spurs. We're going. The Spurs against the Suns. The Suns probably win this, KD and Booker. But I like the Spurs. Plus 6.5. Taking those points. Then we've got Golden State, Denver. The Nuggets should win this one pretty handily. the Warriors, with the win already of the group, you've got no Draymond Green seemingly. You might not have Steph for this one as well. We're taking Denver -5.5 pretty handily there. Houston up against Sacramento. Houston, if they just win out, like this is a team that knows one fucking speed and it's all out all the time. Sacramento used to know that, and then they got DeMar DeRozan. He's like, hey, boys, let's just slow it down and watch me work. And everyone's like, oh, this is fucked it. Yeesh. Going Houston, -2.5. And then finally, Clippers Portland. James Harden's like, yeah, man, just get back into my vibe of 4 or 5 years ago. I've got the ball in my hand. Now they want me to shoot lots. And now it's taking a bit to get me used back to it. And you're like, what the fuck are you on about? That's all you did in fucking Philly and Brooklyn, and after you like laughed your way out of fucking Houston. It's like, yeah, no one's asking me to do all the scoring. It's like, what the you're fucking off your head, James. Anyway, we're taking the Clippers -8.5. I like the Blazers, but there's a weird stat that Intuit Dome, teams are shooting 72.5% from the free throw line, which would be the lowest in like, I think 9 seasons in any arena. So fucking Steve Ballmer and his crazy fucking wall might be working. It also might be the horsehead dude saying, Dad, I miss you to fucking Jokic. Which is still fucked, but still very good. Like, that's not bad. I've got that stat here somewhere. It was like, 72.7% in the first 6 weeks. That's the lowest for road teams in any arena, obviously, this season, and would be the lowest in 9 years. Fucking Jesus. The Blazers, I like them. I like their effort a lot of the times. I don't really like their effort on the road against a half-decent team like the Clippers. So we will go the Clippers. And that is all set up to be a massive, massive, massive NBA Cup day that we'll be wrapping up for you tomorrow. Should be good. All those games, all those fucking just... It's going to be like me, Charlie Day, meme, fucking all the shit up on the board, trying to figure out where everything goes kind of vibes all day tomorrow. All the permutations, hoisting my petards. Fucking sure. I said that twice today. It's weird. Anyway. Geez, Jim, you're a bit of a petard. I know. Anyway, we'll be back on deck tomorrow, of course. Deck, that's another boat term. I want to go sailing. Yeah. What do you reckon, producer Gerald? We'll just jump out on the Yarra, hoist our petards. Anyway, we're back on deck tomorrow, obviously, to wrap up all that NBA Cup action. It's going to be nuts. Cannot wait. That explainer will be out as well as a video, so go check that out. In the meantime, make sure you're following NBA Straya on Twitter, Facebook, IG, TikTok, YouTube, all the good stuff right there. We do a lot of stuff, so just go have a look. Get around NFL Straya with myself and Gaz as per usual as well. We chop it up each week about the NFL. Check us a rating review for these 2 shows, as well as the AFLW Today show. They did their big grand final wrap. That was very, very good. Stats Boy was just beside himself. Unbeaten North. Not bad. The Cricket Today podcast. Got the second test this week, you little ripper. Football Today podcast as well. Talking all things soccer, and hold all tickets for your GGs. Get around all of them. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. Rate, review, star, comment, like, all that good stuff. Don't make me fight you. I will find you, and I will fight you if you haven't done that shit. What are you doing? Come on. You're taking the piss. Big thanks always go to From Oslo for the intro and outro song. Check out Joshua De Laurentiis, House Hatch, Fascinator, Gold Mines, Ramshackle Army, Iowa Section, Green, and Dozers. There we go. Nailed it. They're behind all the tunes you hear throughout this show. Smash them all on Bandcamp, Triple J and Earth, Face, Apple Music, Spotify. However you follow bands and do all that sort of shit, do it with those ones. They're the best. And that's it. I'm going to go check out Frank Turner at the ESPY. It's going to be fucking good. I can't wait. I'm going to smash some tins. Have a good old fucking dance. No, I'm not going to dance. I'm going to be standing there fucking sweating like a priest near a preschool. It's going to be that hot. Tell you what. Anyway, we will catch you tomorrow, you dickheads, for some more NBA Cup action. Until then, look after yourselves. Remember, later, Hosanna!